Okay, everyone, and welcome back. I'm joined today by Ryonix, otherwise known as just an Aussie Yuri.
G'day everyone, my name is Ryonix.
So, let's go. Sometimes sun is something to be savored, but when combined with the clean country air, it's all the better. Track and field club members are horsing around on the field ahead. Some are playing with a soccer ball, others are talking, and a few laugh as two of them mock fight with each other. None of them pay me any heed as I sit alone on the grass, underneath the shade of a particularly large tree. It's a nice and peaceful moment after a dreary day of schoolwork. I played... Yeah, absolutely. I played soccer pretty often before my heart attack, so I thought it would be really nostalgic to watch them. What I'm feeling now, though, is quite distinct from that emotion. Who the fuck are you? I mean, excuse me. Your footsteps approaching from behind me, and I turn to my side to see one of my classmates taking a seat beside me. I'm taken off guard, as the two of us haven't talked much before. I don't think anyone would notice me here. Oh god. Okay. Who's Mickey? I require assistance. What does she sound like? I'm about to give her Natsuki's voice. Perfect. Sup? Hi, Mira, wasn't it? Just call me Mickey. Surnames are too stuffy. Mickey Suki. Yeah, totally. Likewise, then. We both looked back out to the field. Oh no, a spelling issue. Wow, that's the first one I've seen. Oh god, my Natsuki does sound a little like Kenji, doesn't she? Oh, fuck me. Okay, well. Sup? Looks... Fuck. Both look back out to the field where the guys are playing. Looks like they're getting ready to have a second game, with people spreading out to their positions and the ball being carried to the center of the field. Sure enough, whistle's blown to begin the match, and they get right back into it. Not gonna play? Nah, just gonna rest for a bit. What about you? You kinda looked like you wanted to play when you were watching us before. So, someone did notice me after all. Baka baka rar! It's kind of a long story. Her face says that I've piqued her interest. I'm in Yamaku because I've got a heart condition. I can't really play soccer anymore. Wanted to be a soccer player, did you? No, I only really did it for fun. My friends played it, so I played it as well. Well, yeah, my Daisuke is almost an exact clone of my Natsuki. It's just... Daisuke's a little deeper. Any of those guys playing around could have been me before my accident. But I don't feel like I have any real wish to go back to that either. It's a little hard to explain. I'm still decently physically built from the days when I played, even if my strength's largely left me by now. And I got on well with the other club members. When I think about it, I should feel pretty bad about watching... Fuck. When I think about it, I should feel pretty bad watching people play when I can't anymore. Yet I don't. Maybe it's a good thing. A sign that I've gotten over it and that I'm ready to become a new person. Hisao, you are a stronger man than I am. Oh yeah, no, like I've got a ton of Fluffyverse content on both my YouTube as well as my Twitch. Sorry, kind of rambling. It's cool. I'm actually glad to hear that. Sounds like you really have your stuff together. some of the people that come to Yamaku pretty messed up at first. Actually, you're right, she is kind of leaning Daisuke. I need to open up. My posture. Try to get her a little higher. So, you're a member of track and field club then? Yup, been in it since I first arrived. Don't suppose you're friends with Emmy? Short, fast runner, no legs. I don't think there are all that many female track and field members. Emmy! Everyone knows about her, don't they? But, nah, tend to get on better with guys, so me and Emmy don't really talk much. Anyway, what about you? Oh, that's hurting my throat. Oh, well, I'm not really in any clubs. Real clubs, anyway. Miki, you wink a lot. You've been hanging around with Hanako and that blonde Amazon, though, right? Miki, are you gay? I get the impression you might be gay. I mean, you're hot. I would definitely hit that. Anyway, blonde Amazon. I suppose Lily has the height to fit that description. Nothing else. I nod in response without making too fine a point of things. Don't worry about it! As long as you've got some friends, you don't need to join a club. Loud whistling from the field attracts our attention. One of the players is on the ground clutching his leg, and the others stop play to jog up to him, leaving Miki grimacing. Only a little not sure if canon though, gotcha. Ouch! That looks painful! That guy really has bad luck! As she continues to look out onto the field, I can't help being reminded of her own injuries. Her left arm, ending in a stump rather than a hand, has been bandaged up for the entire time I've been in Yamaku, and her injury doesn't seem that new. Which design? You're not talking about, Aiko, Natasha, Rin... The really sexy one? That when I use her voice, it tends to make a lot of people squirm. Got it, Bun Bun. Yeah, I guess she kind of does look like her. Which is interesting because in at least one mod, the one where she goes by Aiko, she is in fact gay, which is entertaining. She turns to talk to me again and catches me looking. Both of us sit in awkward silence as she takes her bandaged arm and holds it in her lap with her other remaining hand. Sorry. Guess I'm still a bit... It's fine! Really! Her tone is light, but neither of us says anything afterwards. Another choice? Okay. Every disabled student here has their own way of dealing with their problems. Some, finding their conditions troublesome, is only natural. I'm included among them, after all. The injured guy from the soccer game manages to get onto his feet with some help and ends up hobbling off the field with one arm over the shoulder of another for support. Probably just pulled a muscle. The whistle blows again, and the game continues once more with one less man on the field. Good morning, baby. Hanging out with Hanako and that blonde girl? You keep some pretty strange company. How so? Well, it's just that Hanako's kind of, I don't know. Shy? Shy is the word you were looking for, Miki. No, it's not really that. It's just, she's got some issues, I think. Can't really put it in a nice way. Summer's Clover? Non-canon story written. Oh. Okay. Free to play by any chance? That's via dumbass. Won't affect the route or endings, but does lead to different dialogue in one Act 3 scene. Okay. Sweet! Then I will pick up Summer's Clover. We might do that. Well, there's no might about it. We will do that at one point. Not that I don't think she's a nice person, though. She's perfectly nice. Just hard to deal with. Sounds like Miki, or at least some other people in the class, have tried to get closer to Hanako in the past. And that didn't go well. I think her judgment's rather harsh, given that everyone, not just those in Yamaku, have their own issues. And again, I haven't known Hanako for that long, so it wouldn't surprise me if there was some stuff I didn't know about. I'll just take it as it comes. She's a nice person, and I think that should be all that matters. Oh. Oh. Yikes, Mel. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Miki's eyes narrow a little, and her smile spreads. You really like her, don't you? Miki certainly doesn't mince words. Yeah, fuck it. To be completely honest, yeah, I do. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone. Hey, whoa! You can trust me. No problems there. Yep, beats to it, Kaiju. To be honest, I think it's kind of cute. If you want to go for it, don't let me stop you. Thanks. She may say that, but she was just talking about Hanako having issues. Still, I want to hold myself to the words I said. Hanako's problems don't matter. I'll deal with anything that comes up, because I want to help her. If there's even the smallest possibility that I can pull Hanako out of her depression and seclusion, I should work towards that, no matter what. If she needs a prince, I'll be that prince. Aww, that was so cute. As I think about the possibility of a relationship, I can see Miki grinning at me while watching my face. Oh yeah, no, fucking, yeah. I'm no doubt blushing, and looking away from her only makes her laugh. Miki gives off a different vibe from the other girls. Talking to her feels more like talking to a guy than a woman. Her saying she prefers male company doesn't help to dispel that notion either. Glancing at my watch shows that lunch break is ending in only a few minutes. Time to start heading back to class. Okay, so who else here is more than happy to ship Miki and Rin? Hands up. Who's good with it? Miki Rin. That's the ship name. That's what I'm gonna call it. You could prefer male company because you want that too. God, baby. I am so team Miki Rin. I would love to see those two together. Yeah, that one. I mean, yeah, it would be a little challenging because between the two of them, between the two of them, they've only got one hand. But really? Oh, cool. Okay. Alright. We will do that in an upcoming X-rated stream then. Sounds like fun. Glancing at my watch shows that lunch break is ending in only a few minutes. Time to start heading back to class. Oh, Via. Lunch is about to end. Wanna head back? Yeah, we better. I mean, not gonna lie, I would hit that so hard. Okay, Via, that one was good. Pick myself up off the grass and dust myself off, offering a hand to Miki to help her up as well. She takes it and easily pulls herself up, showing the muscles moving and her toned bare arms in the process. Come to think of it, why aren't you wearing the normal girl's blouse? Yeah, too hot and constricting. Boys' uniform's better anyway. She throws her arms around a bit to emphasize her point, which has the side effect of showing off one particular part of her body that would be especially constricted by that blouse. Yep. Two of us start the walk back to the main building through the gardens, talking as we go. Sounds like you're settling in well. That's a relief. It's pretty surprising to get a transfer student at this point in the year, considering the exams coming up. Don't remind me. Don't worry about them. Just cram it, you'll be fine. That doesn't sound like good advice. She claps my shoulder a couple of times as she grins. I don't think she takes school very seriously. Oh my god, Via. You seem like a smart guy. Toe's taken to you well already. Miki, you just earned so many goddamn points. You're like a hand in a glove. I'm in awe right now. Like, that was... In fact, I'm gonna give her a hand. Now, to work out whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Still don't know what to make of this school. Been here a few weeks already, but still feel dazed at times. You'll get used to it, just give it some time. It's only high school, just like any other. Makes it sound so simple. But I've never thought about it that way. To me, Yamaku symbolized a marked shift in my life. I was no longer normal. I was different. And was to be educated with other different people. Kaiju. And yet, I'm walking back to class and talking casually with a classmate during lunch after watching some others play a soccer game. Perfectly normal. Maybe she has a point. Via. Maybe I should just look at Hanako the same way. Everyone has their own issues. This is hardly something unique to Yamaku. After all, it's only a high school, just like any other. As we continue to talk, I find myself smiling. Miki and I are very different people in almost every way, but it feels good to have gotten to know one other classmate a bit better. Cute. Okay, so things are starting to get a little too comfy. When are we gonna hear Hanako's theme again? A light breeze blows the scent of early summer around my head while I wait for Lily. Small white clouds litter the sky, breaking up the monotony of the blue. Look, Ma! No hands! So, are you here? Lily's voice lilts on the breeze as if they were one and the same thing. I stop gazing into the sky to examine Lily. With a peach off-the-shoulder sweater and tan ankle-length skirt, in addition to tan sandals, she's quite a nice sight. Yeah, over here, Lily, near the gate. Were you able to sneak away from Hanako? It's not uncommon for me to go out during weekends, so I don't think... There she is. So I don't think she noticed anything suspicious. That, and she has someone she sees. Lily purses her lips as if she maybe shouldn't have continued. I find it a little hard to believe. Hanako's seeing someone? Really? No, it's just... she sees a therapist every so often on the weekends. Ah, well, that does make a lot of sense. Lily rubs her arm uncomfortably, and after one look at her troubled expression, I quickly move to change the topic away from Hanako. Huh. Yes? I was just wondering, you can get around the city on your own? I know, right? Lily sighs at my consternation surrounding the topic of her blindness. I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. Sal. I can, yes. It's easier when I'm out with a friend or my sister, though. Wonder how Lily gets along with her sister. Being an only child, it's hard to imagine what having a sibling would be like, so it makes me a little envious of her. Right. Well then, bus arrives in a few minutes, so we should probably get a move on. Indeed, it's a long wait if we miss this one. With that, we set off for the bus stop on the hill. It's only a small distance from the school gate, so it's very convenient. It's a nice view from here. Coming from the city, I never really got to see scenery like this, let alone on a daily basis. This area's nice for me as well. It's tranquil, and away from noises and smells of the city. Lily's head perks up in a trademark gesture of hers, signifying that she's caught a sound. Oh, here comes the bus. Look down the road to see the bus trundling up the hill. Her hearing's quite a useful tool. Bus only takes a short while to reach the bus stop, forcing its way up the road, and within a minute, we're on our way to the city. Walking around the city, I feel distinct nostalgia. Smells, traffic, tall buildings everywhere. It's all like my native city, save for the raised walkways. Feels a little weird walking around a city as casually as I would in a park, but cars rushing around underneath me. As I'm busy pondering the engineering marvel that is the raised walkway, I get a surprise. Hi! Takes a moment for me to realize that Lily has wrapped her arm around mine, extending her cane in front of her with her other hand. Via, I love you. For a moment, I'm startled, but I managed to keep enough of a lid on it for Lily not to notice. While it's not the first time that Lily's relied on me for guidance, she'd only held on to my sleeves cuff before. It's logical that it would be easier for her to navigate a crowded and complex area such as the city while securely linked. But I'm far from being used to this kind of contact as Lily is. Finally realizing the growing silence between us as Lily waits for me to get moving, I quickly kick my brain into gear. It was quite a surprise that Hanako likes to sing. You ever heard her do that before? I have, indeed. We've been to karaoke sessions several times, along with my sister. I can't say I take to the activity much, but the other two like it. Maybe Hanako doing karaoke is more fitting than I initially thought. Just her and those she knows, all alone in a little room. It would give her a rare chance to let her guard down. Nobody else there to judge her. Maybe it'd be nice to bring her into town for a karaoke birthday party if she likes doing it. I'm not sure she would deal very well with the excitement. I move to protest, but her face shows that she's mulling the proposal over some more. It takes quite some time for her to come to a conclusion. Then again, the best thing we could do for Hanako at this point is to try to create some pleasant birthday memories. Continually treating her as if she's abnormal won't help. I think you're right. If she has something to remember apart from loss, then maybe she'll come around. We water something nice that she could see every day, then maybe she'd be able to take her mind off her past and remember that she has friends. Any case, I think Hanako can handle something like this. In the time I've spent beside her, I've learned that she isn't quite as frightfully fragile as I first thought she was. So, shall we be off? Not really sure about the layout of this area. Very well. I might like to suggest having something to eat first. I haven't either, so it sounds like a good plan. Make sure you choose a nice place, Sam. She gives a teasing smile, one that makes me smile reflexively in response, even if she can't see it. I will make very sure I do. worry about that. Once inside, I order 2 slices of pie and accompanying cups of tea and take them back to our table. I'd pegged this cafe as the type to appeal to Lily, small and quiet, but well-kept and somewhat upscale. Going by the dainty smile she wears, I don't really know if I chose right. It's very, very rare to not see her smiling after all. Nevertheless, I take a seat near her at one of the corner tables and lay down our small meals. Lily gingerly brings her head over the slice of pie placed in front of her, delicately taking in the aroma. Lemon pie, is it? Thank you, Lisa. No problem. Tea's just next to it, so careful not to knock it over. She nods appreciatively, but judging from the slightly weak smile she has, warning wasn't really necessary. I suppose the sound must have tipped her off to its position. We both tuck into our food without further ado, both of us remaining largely silent as we do so. Lily isn't the type to appreciate discussion while eating, and I can't say I like it either. Eventually, we finish both our meals, and the last of our teacups follows in short order. Lily is the first to break the silence. That was very nice. I must say you've chosen quite well, Hisao. This is the first time I've really had much of a look around the city, so all I could really do is choose somewhere that looked nice. Damn. Sorry. I feel really bad for inadvertently bringing up the subject of sight around Lily. She doesn't appear to mind much. Quite the opposite. She almost looks amused by my awkward attempt at an apology. You are thoughtful, Hisao, but sometimes I fear that it gets the better of you. There's no need to change your speech on my account. Lily truly is pretty comfortable in dealing with her condition. I still hasten to change the subject, as I can't really say that I share her confidence in the matter. Have you lived here for very long? Seems like you have this place pretty much sorted out. She quickly waves her hand in front of her face to dismiss the notion. It's nothing like that. I've attended Yamaku since the start of high school, but I didn't walk around the city very much because Akira, my sister, picked me up and dropped me off. Oh, right. You mentioned not living in the dormitories until recently. It's quite a surprise. I just assumed she'd been living there since entering Yamaku at the least, which would give her a few years here. I've lived with my family for most of my life. Then I was just together with my sister, with my family having moved into Inverness long before Akira working longer hours. I ended up having to move. Inverness? Isn't that somewhere in Scotland? Oh, did I not tell you? My family currently lives in Scotland, birthplace of my mother. My father's side is mainly Japanese, though. Huh. Question of what gave Lily her looks did cross my mind every now and then, but never thought to ask. That answers that, then. To be honest, I'd never have guessed, considering you have no accent. Fuck you. She totally does. I'm guessing you were born here. Full marks. I'm thankful for my heritage, though, as without it, I'd likely have not been taught English so early in my life. And what of you, Hisao? What about me? She gives a moment's thought, and probably should have thought of what to ask me before switching the topic. I'll go with... What are your plans for the future? To be honest, I haven't thought much about that recently. After my accident and subsequent months in hospital, enjoying my life here with you and Hanako has been enough for me. In fact, don't think I've thought at all about a future for some time now. Seems almost futile. This is your last year of school. After this, you'll have to fend for yourself one way or the other. It's not like I don't know that, I just haven't put much thought into it since then. She opens her mouth to continue, but gives a small sigh instead. She seems to have realized she really doesn't know enough about my situation to go too deeply into this. Well, we'll have our own pace. I just hope you'll take any chance you see. See. I understand. I'll think about it. As we walk back out into the city, Lily takes hold of my arm once again. So, did you get any good ideas for a present? To be honest, nope. Never been very good at picking them. Me neither, Hisao. As absurd as it sounds, perhaps we should just look around. Hearing Lily utter those words throws me for a moment. Right. How do we do that? That is just the reaction I was expecting. Simple. You can go window shopping and just tell me what is around. If something interesting comes up, then we might get an idea. Oh, right. Still not so sure of this, but I'll take your word for it. I think we'll manage. Hanako, my sister, and I managed to do it well enough. With Lily's simplistic and rather optimistic statement, we set off into the shopping district of the city and I start describing everything I see to Lily. It's hard to think of Hanako going window shopping. She doesn't feel like the type to place much stock in fashion, nor have I noticed her reading magazines or the like. In fact, all I think I've really seen her do as a hobby is read books. There's a housewares shop just ahead. Looks like it's mostly crockery, though. I can't think that she'd have much of a need for that. What type of message would that send to her? Cook more food? That's not such a bad idea, maybe? Sometimes it's best to leave these things alone. Also a good idea, Mia. Once again, I get the feeling that Hanako's exploits in the kitchen aren't always successful. Lily must have had to help her with that sometimes. Let's see. Next along is a bookshop. Seems like a good one. She's always reading. Yes, but there are a few problems with books. I'm not quite sure what she has and hasn't read. Lily, are you just gonna, like, shit on every idea that I have? Because if that's how this is gonna play out... Oh, yeah. What about a gift card? There's nothing as impersonal as giving someone a gift card. It's like saying, I don't know enough about you to work out what you like. Then what the fuck should I do? I always thought of it as making sure they got what they wanted. Giving people gifts is supposed to show them that the level of affection you have for them. If you can't decide on a simple gift for them, then how much could you think of them? I mean... Right. No gift cards. Lily seems overly passionate about this, but I can see her point. If you're going to get something for someone, then you should put at least some thought into it. I want to get something for Hanako that reminds her of us every day. Then what good is a gift card? In that case, what did you get Hanako last year? A porcelain doll. I thought that if she had someone to talk to, it might help her ease the pain. The doll isn't ever going to criticize her after all. So, should I be looking for a doll shop? Hisao, you poor idiot. If you could be so kind to keep a lookout for one, I would be grateful. Sounds good to me, though I wish you'd mentioned it earlier. But if I did that, then you wouldn't have started thinking for yourself, would you? Fuck you, Lily. Once again, Lily has a point. My brain is currently analyzing every store we pass for gift options. If Lily had mentioned a doll shop to begin with, I wouldn't have thought of anything else. We wander through the city streets, but seem unable to find anything That resembles a doll shop, or anything I could consider a fitting present. Simple act of searching is starting to clear my head. The events of last week are starting to fade away, and I'm looking forward to giving Hanako her gift once I find it. Yeah, if I can find one, that is. This is hopeless. I'll always be able to find something in the city for sure, and I'm sure we've walked down this street at least once before. That almost sounds like you're giving up his help. I'm not, but this is a lot harder than I thought. Try not to be so... God, where'd she go for a minute? Try not to be so restricted in your thinking. Maybe we should actually go into some shops, have a look around. Work, I've never really been any good at window shopping. These two. Lily and I circle around the city streets once more, this time popping into shops that catch her attention. In the end, though, nothing comes up as especially appropriate. Hanako's tastes are often quite hard to pin down at the best of times, thanks to her intensely private nature. Those tastes we do know are hard to accommodate. May we take a break for a minute? I'm a bit exhausted. I agree, and leave Lily to rest against a railing while I go to get a couple of drinks from a nearby vending machine. After walking up to the vending machine and grabbing myself some lemonade, I find myself at a bit of a loss. Not really knowing Lily's tastes, I decide to take a guess and grab something that seems a little girly. What the fuck is out? But not too weird. Strawberry flavored milk. Epic! I would love that. Back. I walk up to her and place the carton into her outstretched hands, making sure she has a grip on it before letting go. She feels out its contours before opening it and taking a very tentative sip, her approving smile afterwards telling me I made the right choice. We both rest and have a quiet drink for a few minutes. A familiar, soft ringing begins to sound from Lily's side. She quickly apologizes as her hand goes into her pocket, pulling out her mobile phone. Do you mind if I take this? That's fine. Don't worry. She nods to me and thanks before turning away and flipping the phone open, bringing it to the side of her face as she picks up the call. Going by the tone of Lily's voice, the person on the other end is no doubt some friend or another. I tune out their conversation pretty quickly, as the snippets that Lily says make it sound like more than gossip. Little more than gossip. Without much else to do, I find myself watching Lily. Creeper. She really is a pretty girl, which would hardly hurt her popularity in school. It's interesting just how much Hanako and Lily contrast with each other in both personality and appearance. That is an awfully fucked thing to say, as so... For a few minutes, I just lean back and drink, watching her. Before long, Lily says her goodbyes to the person she's talking to and hangs up, placing her phone back in her pocket and leaning back against the railing as before. Sorry, just a friend from class. I take one final swig from my can before throwing it into the bin. Lily gives me her carton to throw away soon after, finishing it off relatively quickly. You seem to have a lot of friends. Oh. Lily waits for me to continue, her interest piqued. I was just thinking that you and Hanako contrast pretty heavily. It's hard to imagine Hanako doing a lot of the things you do, or knowing people you know. You seem to think about Hanako quite a bit. I don't know, it's just... she's mysterious, I guess. I kind of want to know more about her, which isn't that easy. It almost sounds like you're doubting your relationship with her. I don't think it's that. I just want to do more for her. Being her friend and all, I don't even really know how she sees me. This statement seems to interest Lily quite a bit. I wonder if Hanako said anything about me to Lily during their conversations. I'm about to ask what's on her mind as she picks herself up from the railing. Shall we be off then? Her voice and expression show that she's playing games with me. Lily knows damn well that she's leaving me hanging. With a sigh, I pick myself up off the railing as well and have a brief look around. We have stuff to do, so I'll just try and get back to her about this later. Tucked in between a newsstand and a convenience store is a small shop. The sign above the door reads Othello's Antiques in decorative English script. It would be easy to miss if we were walking along the street, but since we're stationary and I'm purposefully looking around, it's just noticeable. Say, Lily, that doll you got Hanako, was it new?
Well, yes, but I'm not quite sure I know what you mean.
I think I found our shop. It's across the road.
Oh, what is it? Some kind of toy shop?
It's an antique shop. I think it's probably going to be our best bet.
Really? I didn't know we even had one of those near here.
Neither did I. Missed it the first time we went by here. It's pretty well hidden.
Well then, can't hurt to check.
Inspired by this new find, we quickly dust ourselves off and head towards the store, Lily's hand finding its way to my elbow for guidance. The store has a strange, musky scent to it. Layout is more like a garage than a store. Things are strewn around the floor without any immediate semblance of order. Oh, well, aren't you the cutest little shopkeeper? Actually, you're really kind of fucking ugly, but anyway. Shopkeeper gives us an almost bored look through his particularly small eyes. His face looks weary and tired, and his dress style is distinctly anachronistic. He gives us a polite nod of welcome before going back to his book. Lily holds tightly onto my arm, and I find myself having to split my efforts between making sure we don't miss a potential gift for Hanako and making sure Lily doesn't inadvertently bump into something. Task is quite difficult given the haphazard way the store is laid out and the many things poking out of the shelves thereon or sitting on pieces of furniture, but eventually, we safely arrive at an old desk covered in dolls and teddy bears. Okay, guys, I'll let you figure out what you're doing there. I think this is the right place. There's pretty much every kind of doll you can imagine here.
That should make the choice much simpler. Could you please pick one for me, as I'll
picture Hanako in my mind and try to imagine which of the dolls before me would suit her best. My eyes wander across the collection. Each one is as exquisite as the one before it. Sheer number of styles is boggling, but eventually one catches my eye. Here, what about this one? I pick up a small porcelain doll that looks to be at least somewhat affordable. Dressed in a Victorian-era green dress with a little brown hat sitting atop its blonde hair, it looks a little like Lily. I gently pass it to her, who delicately feels her way around the object while wearing a look of slight concentration.
Certainly feels beautiful. Do you think it would suit Hanako, in your opinion?
It could look good in her room.
In that case, I'll trust your judgment. Will you be getting her something as well? Or shall this be a shared gift?
Not sure. I think I should get her something myself, but I don't think getting her another doll is such a great idea. Maybe... Let my voice trail off as I look around the shop. Resting on a writing table, not far from us, is a decorative box that catches my eye. Wait here. I think I found something.
My, that was fast.
Gingerly walk through a collection of crystal glassware and pick up the box. Wooden sides are covered in carvings depicting ancient battles around a castle. The top, however, looks far too familiar. Alternating squares of white and black varnished wood are arranged on the lid. Oh, Lord. That's a really nice item. It's a chess set from overseas. Fuck you. Store owner's sudden appearance startles me a little. I didn't see him approaching at all. Well, neither did Lily, for that matter. I suppose he's trying to help us, because we really don't look like we know what we're looking for. Or, on the other hand, maybe he wants to keep an eye on us because he suspects we might shoplift instead. Right. Okay. I'm looking for a present for a friend. I see. In that case, this chess set would make a fine choice. Realization floods into my mind. This is a pretty good looking set, but this is an antique shop. They're not well known for their bargain prices. How old is this? This is a reproduction. My best estimate is that it's about 5 years old. I see. How much? He thinks a little before telling me, which is slightly disconcerting. I'll let you take this now for 7,000 yen. I balk a little. I wasn't expecting to spend that much, but this does seem perfect. Then again, maybe that's a testament to how well he worked out how much he could make me pay. Brilliant. You couldn't make it 5,000. 5,500. No lower. Sold. Well, we'd also like to get that doll. Store owner looks over my shoulder, focusing on Lily and the doll in her hands. His eyes narrow, and he visibly takes a moment to switch mental gears. In the process, his smile drops slightly. Ah. Guess that means that not everything in the store is a reproduction. Are you quite sure that you want that doll, miss? I trust my friend's judgment. I see. Oh, no offense. None taken. If you could please wrap it up for me, it would be appreciated. Yes, of course, but it is 20,000 yen. Ooh. Lily reaches into her purse and presents 4 crisp-looking 5,000 yen notes. You made those this morning, Lily? Here you are. 20,000 yen. Storekeep dutifully takes them and the doll and proceeds to the counter. I take Lily's arm to guide her there. Are you sure about this? It's okay. I have the funds I need. As I said, I trust your judgment. Feel a little guilty on 2 fronts. Firstly, because Lily has just spent a lot of money on my recommendation. It's $200 Secondly, because I have a feeling the value of my gift isn't high enough. Oh. Nevertheless, Lily does seem to get somewhat awkward whenever the mention of money comes about. I hand the shopkeeper my present and the money for it. In turn, he puts the cash into the register before busying himself with wrapping the doll and repeating the process on the chessboard. Eventually, he finishes the gift wrapping and hands us both our presents. Please be careful on your way back, and do come again. Thanks. Indeed, thank you very much. Store owner bows deeply to us as we leave. Wow. Well, it did take us all day, but we found something in the end. We did. Now that the presents are wrapped, I'm feeling a little impatient to give them to Hanako. It's a common reaction to buying gifts, wanting to see the reaction of the receiver as they discover what it is. Right, Via? Yeah. Part of me wants to return to Hanako just to confirm her condition with my own eyes. Should we head back? Let's. We've done a lot of walking today, so I shan't mind taking a rest back at the dormitories. Nick, we're about to save. Lily's right. Now that the need to find a shop is over, my legs are feeling quite tired. Well then, back to school for us. I'm looking forward to resting for a bit too. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, Nick. Lily holds out her arm, and I link mine with hers. Together, we make our way back to the bus stop.
Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and ring those bells. That's all I have for today. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye, everyone.